If anyone needs to service this nice vacuum cleaner from Dirt Devil, and I think this is an older version because it's really well done. Anyway, the cover has 7 screws. There's 2 front, 2 side here, 3 rear, 1 is behind the cable, 7th one, it's at the top, the rear, right there, and this one is different than the other one, so make sure you keep it for this place only. Right there. And then we have here at the top this small cover, and we have the power switch with a small screw on top of it. And we have this small cover, has 2 screws there, 3, 4 screws. And this cover, notice it sits on top of these 2 pieces which hold the cable part. So it sits on top of those, it holds them in place. Once you get there, if you want to undo the cable part, cable piece, you just need, there is a square piece there, and notice this piece here stays at the top. So we need just to push the wheel a little bit, force it, it's plastic, is flexible, just to free a notch here. I'll show in a moment. Once that's free, we need to just, there is like these 2 plastic pieces on the cover, motor cover side, we need to just toss this a little bit. Again, flexible, don't worry too much, it's just moving away. Again, these 2 sit on top of these pins. Right, that's the position top with the screw is going to go off. Anyway, at this point we did free this square piece, and we just kind of wiggle the cable part. The cable, tip of the cable will stay there, that doesn't come out. We just bring this one hand, and cable, careful, the cables are connected to the cable piece, right? That's normal. Now here inside we have this square, you will see better light with your own unit. There's a square piece which holds, when this cable part stands normally, holds this cable. This is like the what's holding from rotating this side piece, but this needs to align with that square there, right? The same way I did remove it, needs to align, so I need to make sure it rotates like this, and it does align also with the plastic piece at the top, but not with the rotating part. So this rotating part will move away, but this plastic part here to my right and this square are together, fixed together, so I need to make sure the square part goes in there. Obviously this is going to be just kind of in this position. Also on the other side we have here at the bottom 1 pin which goes into this, sort of it slides in there, it locks in there. And at the top you have a 2nd pin which goes in this square here. It's this one. So this one will just fall into the cut, square cut here, and the other one at the bottom will go into that. There is a hole, or I don't know how to call it. And then we have the cover for the motor, which has 4 screws around. I'm not going to remove them. That's it. That's the last part. Then you have access to motor. The only tip I give you is obviously at the bottom is going to be a seal all around. You see, this is the channel where the seal is running, and you want to remove the cover and look, make sure the seal is seated fully. But also one important part which kind of gave me some trouble is we have 2 blue cables. The 2 blue cables will yeah, my camera is switching in the other. Hold on a second. Okay, so the 2 cables have a small cut at the base here, so you need to pass both of them into that cut. You don't see it well because there's, sorry, you don't see the cut, there is not enough light, there's a tiny cut in there, And the cover, the bottom of the cover comes just above the cables. So you make sure you don't trap the cables. They just slide them into that cut. That's one thing. The second thing is one of the two blue cables. One of the two blue cables, it's running on this side. The other one is running on the other side at the bottom, just around the motor metal part. The left cable is running here, and you need to be careful because the motor will just have this matching side here. This cover, there's a matching side, but there is a second matching side deep in there inside that runs about here, just on the left side of the motor. And this matching side here, if you let the blue cable over it, is going to crush it when you try to cover this, to close this cover, and the cover also will not fully be seated. So this blue cable that you'll find here inside at the bottom of the motor, make sure it runs just along the motor, touching basically the surface of the metal of the rotor, and then it's going to that cut at the rear. And make sure it runs on the right side of the second matching surface inside, right? So you have an outer matching surface and then a second one, and then put the cable after the second one, between the second one and the motor. There is a small spacing in there. That's why you should just push down that blue cable fully seated in there. Otherwise, again, it's going to get trapped, crushed, and you won't be able to close this surface, and it's going to lose vacuum, but also crush your cable, which is not a good thing. Anyway, that's it. That's how this cover sits. Here is the bottom of the cover at the rear of the vacuum cleaner. And I want to point out that I did also, the motor has two foam seals, one round at the top and one square at the bottom. The square one sits like this. Just make sure they are fully seated on the metal case of the motor and fully pressed down when you close this cover. So this cover must fully press down and match the bottom plastic, right? It seals around. And I did remove the motor from there, and what I do actually is I try to lubricate, put a drop of oil, just one, no more, of engine oil on the bushings, right? So the motor has one top bushing and one bottom bushing. It will just kind of make the motor slightly more quiet, also extend the life. You can also inspect the brushes. I believe they are replaceable on this one. It's very easy to see also the commutator surface, check it for wear. Maybe if it's very scored, just use a very 1000 or 2000 grit sandpaper, run it across along the commutator surface uniformly, and just refinish it. Make sure it's smooth. You can also perhaps replace the brushes if you ever use that much the vacuum cleaner. I think they are replaceable by the sides. There's a way to unlock them usually. However, there is no way to lubricate the top bushing, because the top bushing, the motor, actually vacuum cleaner motor, are inside the metal case. Like it's just like a case which cannot be opened. So the top bushing is not accessible, only the bottom bushing. I just gently put a drop of oil on it, and make sure you don't put oil on the commutator or brushes surface, because that's not very good. When placing this upper cover, this seal here needs to be placed in a very specific way. First, disconnect the seal from the cover. It's going to be seated here, but you want to remove it from there and place it here first. It goes with, it has this kind of, I don't know what to call it, goes behind the plastic piece here. You need to see this rigid plastic piece. You need to see it, and the same goes underneath. I'm not sure if I have enough light, but you need to take the small lip, rubber lip, and just make sure it's slide all the way behind this other rigid plastic edge. So these two plastic edges that are stiff ones must be fully exposed. That's how this piece stays in there, because the cover is going to sit against these rigid ones, top bottom. Otherwise it's not going to be fully seated, the cover. And when you place the cover, and just let me remind something, it's a good idea to push these buttons and lubricate these 3 pins and these 3 clips. Just grease where they slide all around the pins. Just push on the button to bring the pins up. Lubricate with some grease. This is going to allow them to move more easily. Just tip. Okay, so when you place this cover now, we are going to sort of, again, it doesn't have the rubber there, even though the rubber will sit on it, but that's how we install it. Otherwise it's not going to work. So if the rubber sits here, when you place the cover, it's not going to be fully seated there. It's not going to work in any way. So what we want to do is just lift a bit and grab a corner, then lower the cover. Make sure this corner of the rubber is out. Make sure that you grab it properly. With 2 hands it's going to be easier. Just grab it like this, so it stays out, so you can pull on it and then sit the cover all around. Don't forget these 2 pieces here. Sit it all around fully, completely, and when it's fully seated, just grab on the piece and bring it out all around. Just slowly. You may use something to fish it from there, and you want to bring it to overlap here all around. It has to have rubber here, not rigid plastic, because it has to seal with the other piece there, with the filter case. Okay, so make sure it's fully out all around. That's really important, and if you need to understand that that's how it has to be placed back, this red cover. This is how the rubber seal sits when it's fully. I have to say at the bottom it was difficult to pull. I had to lift slightly the cover just because the cover is pushing down on it, so the bottom part is more difficult to remove, to pull out, to bring out. So it's all around, you can tell, it's all around lifted and sitting on this, sitting on this plastic piece over it, and you can see also inside it's sort of sitting on the plastic piece inside, but it's attached inside both top and bottom with those rigid small plastic piece at the top and bottom. That's why you cannot just place it on the cover first and then put it in place. It's not going to function. This is how these pieces stay in there. They stay quite snug, each on its side. So that's it. I think I just throw this from my point of view. I'm a mechanical engineer, although this is not mechanical engineering here. Well, more or less, it's more like design. But I think, first, I think this is quite powerful. I believe it has 1,200 watts or so motor, but it's not too loud. Sorry, let me just, that's just my throat. It's not too loud, it's not quiet either, but it's inexpensive for the price you pay. It's actually surprisingly working well, in my opinion, as long as you clean the inner filter. There's an inner filter there, like washable one, but it has to be cleaned. If you don't clean it, obviously it's not going to pull anything at some point. Anyway, I was saying that it's a powerful one. It's very light. I like how it's designed inside. Yes, it's flexible plastic, of course, because you need to sell it for a lower price, right? But I think it's very well designed, surprisingly well. Make sure all these seals, they are full of several seals here. It's all very well sealed, very well packed. It's not difficult to assemble. I think at the factory it was pretty easy to put together. It doesn't, I've seen reviews where the hose that you keep in hand, the plastic parts break, but my guess is someone, kind of smashed them or anyway stepped on them or something like this. So be careful. It's plastic, you can see. It's brittle, right? It's fragile. It's not strongly made. So that's more like user operation parts problems, but I think overall it's well designed. It has an issue, in my opinion. We have this at the rear, this sort of filter to kind of prevent any kind of dust that may be out going outside from the motor part. My opinion, this is what's restricting this vacuum cleaner a lot. The moment I did remove this part from there, so you still have a grid in there, which doesn't restrict there or very little. The thing started to really have a strong suction. The problem is when you remove this thing, there is a strong use. You'll feel actually the airflow really coming out from there, and it's right at the level of the floor. So you are passing the vacuum cleaner because your floor is perhaps dusty or dirty. So this airflow, which is so strong, you will feel it, is going to blow all the dust in your home behind your blower, behind your vacuum cleaner is going to blow, and it's going to kind of spread the dust in your home. So this is the problem with this vacuum cleaner, in my opinion, the design. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to remove completely these parts here. So this is outgoing air, right? There is no motor. You don't touch the motor here. There's a plastic piece. It's safely made. Your kids will never just hurt themselves, or a cat. If you have a cat that's not afraid of this. Anyway, so I was saying I'm going to put a plastic piece, to glue a plastic piece that's going to have like two sides like this, and it's going just to have an angle at the rear and just deflect the air, this exhaust air or outgoing air, somehow upwards instead of horizontal. So it's just going to deflect the air, and I'm going to leave this area open, and hopefully this is going to have this vacuum cleaner work properly without losing power, and also without blowing my dust around the home. Okay, so this is it. Just be careful when you place this together, right? Put the cables all inside the circular part all around. And yes, I don't know if anyone else will open this at some point in time, but I think it's a good unit also. I didn't mention this, but these wells are rubberized. I'm so impressed. I mean, for the price, this is surprising. This is surprising. And also, it's also pretty light. It goes very well around. Yes, the hose that you keep in hand, that plastic piece, it also have a slightly inox tubes that's adjustable, but the end piece that's running on the floor and the piece that you keep in hand, it's really cheap. It feels cheap. Unfortunately, well, they didn't do a perfect job with this unit for the price at the cost. But the rest of it, I think it's strongly made. Well, strongly, I mean, it's well made, and for the price, good, well designed, and good enough plastics. Flexible, but good enough. So I think it's a good unit.